Welcome. You're about to take a journey into Rigor Mortis's little world of horror. And here's your host, Rigor Mortis.
Hey guys and gals, I am back, and today is going to be the Criterion half-off sale. And I got a big stack right here that we're going to get into, and it's still going, I think, till July 27th as we're recording. Today's the 13th, I believe it is. So July 13th, so there's still a couple more weeks left, or a week and a half, or whatever, and who knows what'll happen between now and then, because there's a lot on my radar. But anyways, we'll get to what we've already gotten to. Keeping in mind, Barnes & Nobles is a good spot to go to, but anywhere Criterion website, or you can go to Amazon, or you can go to actual Barnes & Nobles, and the 50% off sales typically there. So I've gotten a lot of good sales. Plus, I had money saved up in the Barnes & Noble account that I have, which is always, if you do not subscribe, or if you're not a member, I should say, a premium member of Barnes & Nobles, it pays off in dividends, because the more you buy, the more money that they give you as points. So some free movies were included in here because I'd saved up all year, which was awesome. I was preparing for this, as well as Amazon gift cards. So a lot of stuff. I got a lot of this on the super cheap free. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First one up here, one of my favorite films. This is a good slasher, proto-slasher, and it's called Peepin' Tom from 1960, okay? So from 1960, Peepin' Tom. This one right here, I think, gets little, I won't say no love affair, but it gets a little love affair, and the reason being is because of the ultimate 1960 classic Psycho from Alfred Hitchcock, Anthony Perkins, and this one kind of doesn't get the love that I feel like it deserves and needs. This is such a great film. If you've not seen it, Michael Powell directed. It's a phenomenal film. So here we go. This is the 4K, so we got the 2 discs. And what I love about this is the overall feel of the film. It's a colorized film from 1960. It's a proto-slasher, like I said. You get to see through the eyes of basically the killer. You're following along. This comes with a little essay book, as much of the Criterions do. And right here, one thing about this movie, I'll tell you too, is there's no surprise on who the killer is. You'll follow this killer throughout the movie. But if you've not seen 1960s Peepin' Tom, this is such a great film that I highly recommend. This has got super bonus features. Pearl, this has got 2 audio commentaries, introduction by Martin Scorsese, interviews. This is chock full of a lot of stuff. So if you don't own Peepin' Tom, definitely want to put that on your radar. If you don't get the 4K, at least get the Blu-ray, man. But this one, I think, deserves more love. And rightfully so. Once again, 1960 Psycho. Absolutely classic. I'm not taking nothing from it. Peepin' Tom deserves some love. So that one is the first one up. All right, now here's another one. And I actually went out because I'm trying to do these in order by the year that they were released, and I just screwed up already right off the bat. Because I did 1960 when I should have went to 1925 to Freaks. Yes, this is Freaks from Todd Browning. And I love this this packaging. I have not seen Freaks, and this one actually comes with The Unknown as well as The Mystic. So you're getting 3 movies in this set. This one was a little more of the pricier one. I think this one normally is like 60, 70 bucks or something like that. But when you start getting into that 50% off sale, you got to go with it. But this is the Blu-ray edition. Let's see if I can get open. There we go. So once again, you get Freaks, The Unknown, and The Mystic. This is kind of like one of those, I want to call it almost like a digibook style. So you don't have the clip open case type. This is a kind of like a book open. So what we have here is kind of, I like the Freaks look because it's kind of got the little circus style, right? I like that. This has the 2 movies right here. So you have Freaks on disc 1, and then you got The Unknown and The Mystic on disc 2. I'm liking the packaging. I just wish, the thing I have against this is the cardboardness of these. You typically get crushed, so sometimes it can be a little, I like the notebook look of this. This is kind of cool, the old school notebook, and this has some stuff about the Unknown and the Mystic in there, of course. It's an essay book. Once again, this is from 1925, so super infancy of cinema. Love it, cannot wait to get into these. In the comments section down below, let me know what you think. If you've seen any of these films, or if you've seen all of them, let me know your thoughts about it. Are they Super awesome. Freaks has always been on the radar of everyone's movie list, right? Everybody knows about Freaks. I love the artwork on this. I love the case that it comes in. So this is actually one of those I'm super excited to own. I could not have bought this without a free Amazon gift card. So this one has a lot of extra features as well. So definitely super excited to have this one in the set. Next up, we're going to go to 1963, and we're going to this one. My podcast partner over at Land of Creeps, Dr. Shot Dave Becker, came into town to see my wife and I, him and his wife Jackie. They're super awesome. Love them. I've met them a few times in person, but I've been podcasting with Dave for many years. And I go into Barnes and Nobles with him, and I'm like using him as a sponge. Dave, what movies up on the shelf, are worth having? This is one of the first ones that he's mentioned to me, and one of them that I've never heard of except through him. And it's 8.5. This is from Federico Fellini. So Federico Fellini, 8.5. This is a Blu-ray. I don't know much about it other than Dave talking about this one. It's almost like a 8.5. He said is because this was his 8.5 movie that he directed. So it's kind of in that vicinity. He says it's super awesome, so I can't wait to get into it. Marcello Mastroianni plays Guido Anselmi, a director whose new project is collapsing around him along with his life. One of the greatest films ever made, and Dave says it kind of almost becomes like an autobiography, so I cannot wait to check it out. It's 8.5. This is Blu-ray. Let's see what we have inside here. There's the disc. I like the Criterion C on this thing. That's kind of cool. There's also a set, and if anybody wants to buy this for me, hallelujah for you. But there is a Fellini box set that I got to eventually get. It's like $200 some. It was only $100 and something on the Blu-ray sale, but I had zero money for that. But there we go, Federico, and this is the essay book. Some imagery here, so if you can see that, if not, get the movie. So I cannot wait to check this one out. This will be a first-time watch for me from Italian director Federico Fellini. So that was a Dr. Shot said must-own movie, and I've got it now. I will be going after the Fellini box set. I will be going after that, so hopefully that'll happen in the future. But lots of features, as always with Criterion. This is number 140 in their collection, by the way. 1194, and this one is number 58. Okay.
You got the great Barbara Steele in it.
It does have Barbara Steele in it, so that's worth watching in itself right there, folks. So anyway, so there we go. So Dr. Shot, thank you for the recommendation of that one. Next one up is another one that Dave had mentioned to me in the past before. I actually caught a little bit of this on Pluto not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, I think, Pearl?
Yeah.
And I watched like the last half of it, and I'm like, holy crap, dude, this is such a great comedy. But Dave has talked so much about this one. It's a mad world. I cannot wait to watch this from start to finish. I caught it from about halfway through maybe, so I've watched a little over half of this and absolutely loved it so much I had to buy it. This is the Blu-ray edition. This is from 1963. It's a mad world. Stanley Kramer. If you've seen Cannonball Run, if you've seen that movie, this kind of has a little bit of that flavor, but better, for my opinion. And it has the star power. Like, this thing has so many stars in it. And if I go to try, so let's see, we got Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, Ethel Merman, Mickey Rooney, Spencer Tracy, Jonathan Winters, among others. Like, it's a who's who. There's even a cameo from the Three Stooges themselves in this movie. Yes, they have a cameo in this. It's crazy. And it's about these they're basically trying to find this money, and there's a race to see who can go find this buried treasure of money that somebody had buried, and they're trying to find it. And it's hilarious. There's so much going on in this movie. Look at the inside of this disc. This is what it feels like when you're watching it. It feels like it's so all over the place, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The plane. Look at this, all the people chasing, because it ends up becoming one of these movies where it starts with a certain core of people, and then all of a sudden other people start hearing about it, and then it's insanity. This movie is insanity, and if you've not seen it, holy crap, you need to watch this movie, folks. It's a mad world. Oh my gosh, the cast. Pearl, I'm not even going through it, but this is the cast of people. Look how many people's names, and these are people that you will recognize instantly. You'll be like, holy crap. So it's a mad world. Cannot believe I own this finally from 1963. This is number 692 in the Criterion collection. Own it. Super excited. All right, so next one up, Pearl, you mentioned this one on the episode not too long ago. Dave's talked about this one. I've heard lots about it, but I've not seen it before. This is from 1967. And this one is Joseph E. Levine Presents. And, man, it's called The Graduate. It's The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman in it. And I'm a big fan of Dustin Hoffman. He's one of those actors that has done so many movies that I've recognized, and I feel like he's always delivered for me. I've always enjoyed his acting. This one also has Catherine Ross and some others in it, and Annie Bancroft. I've never seen this movie, so I don't know much about it other than I've heard, I think he's a stalker maybe, or maybe he's, no.
It's a graduate that goes back to his parents, and he keeps trying to avoid the one question everyone keeps asking him: what do you want to do in life?
So here it is, one of the most beloved American films of all time. The Graduate earned Mike Nicholas a Best Director Oscar, brought the music of Simon and Garfunkel to a wider audience, yes, and introduced the world to a young actor named Dustin Hoffman. Benjamin Braddock Hoffman had just finished college as Here It Goes Love, and is already lost in a sea of confusion and barely contained angst when he becomes sexually involved with a friend of his parents, the indomitable Mrs. Robinson, and Bancroft, which I'm assuming Mrs. Robinson's the song from Garfunkel.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Mrs. Robinson. Before turning his attention to her college-aged daughter, Catherine Ross, visually imaginative and impeccably acted with a clever, endlessly quotable script by Buck Henry. And The Graduate had the kind of culture impact that comes along only in generation. So there you go, The Graduate. Super excited. We got this booklet thing in here. I think this is a booklet. I'm assuming that's the love interest. I don't think that's not. It says this is Benjamin. He's a little worried about his future. Look at this. I have no clue. I've not seen this movie, so this imagery's got me a little questionable here. I don't know, folks. It's an essay. Bam. There you go. Cannot wait to watch The Graduate. I know, Greg, I should have already seen it before, but I haven't. But now I own it, like the cover of the disc. The disc is actually really cool, too. So once again, 1967 is The Graduate. This is number 800 in the Criterion collection.
You shall graduate very slowly.
I shall. And talking about Mr. Dustin Hoffman, I had to have this movie. I've seen this movie a few times. Absolutely a masterpiece in my opinion, man. It's Sam Peckinpah's 1971 classic Straw Dogs. This one right here stars Suzanne George and Dustin Hoffman, and this movie has one of the when you get into sexual rape, this has a really hard scene to watch, and then there's a revenge thing that takes place and everything as well. But this movie, there's also a remake that was done in the mid-2000s that's not bad as well. But this one right here is such a visceral movie. And here you go. So in this thriller, perhaps Sam Peckinpah's most controversial film, David, played by Dustin Hoffman, a young American mathematician, moves with his English wife, Amy Suzanne George, to the village where she grew up. Their sense of safety unravels as the local men Dave had hired to repair their house proved more interested in leering at Amy and intimidating David, beginning an agonizing initiation into the iron laws of violent masculinity that governed Peckinpah's world. So what happens in this movie, and I'm going to do a real brief synopsis and we'll move on from this one. But what ends up happening, Dustin Hoffman is a pushover. He's a mathematician. He doesn't believe in violence, anything like that. They move into this town, and the townspeople start, like, while she's undressing, they're peeking in windows. They're taunting Dustin Hoffman's character. They're doing all these things, and then there's a rape involved, and there's some weird things. Like, dude, this is such a visceral movie, but I absolutely love this movie. It's called Straw Dogs. I think everyone should at least see this movie one time. This is number 182 in the Criterion collection. Here is the disc on the inside. Bam. I think this is such a strong performance from Suzanne George as well as Dustin Hoffman. There's Suzanne George, also beautiful. Suzanne, she's such a tremendous actress. Seen her in so many of her films, own a lot of her films as well. But there's the little hooligans, and this movie, like I said, it's one of those movies that you feel for Dustin Hoffman, and then you don't for a while, and then you feel for him again. And there's just moments in this movie that are so visceral. It's a hard watch, but it's a classic. It's 1971. I keep saying 67. 1971. This is Straw Dogs on Blu-ray. Sam Peckinpah. Super excited to own this one. Lots of features as well. Archival interview with Suzanne George. I cannot wait to look at that. So there we go with that one. All right, next up was another one that in the group, LOTC in our Land of Creeks Facebook group, I can't remember who had posted in the group this movie, and I had never seen it, never heard of it, and then Dave talked about it, and then I was like, dude, I got to own this movie. It's from 1977, and this is from William Friedkin, who gave us The Exorcist, and it's called Sorcerer. Okay, so Sorcerer, and Dr. Shaka told me this is a remake from Wages of Fear, a movie called Wages of Fear, and someone in our group, who was it, Love? I can't remember. It might have been Amanda, Victoria. Somebody had posted they had watched this. I apologize. But anyways, they had talked about this movie and how much they ended up enjoying it. And I got it, and Pearl and I watched it and absolutely loved it. This movie, holy crap, is such a great movie. It has Roy Scheider from Jaws, the sheriff from Jaws. And God, what a tense-filled movie. There is so much tension in this movie. It is insane. So we have a hallucinatory journey into the heart of darkness. William Friedkin's pulse-pounding reimagining of the suspense classic The Wages of Fear was dismissed upon its release, only to be recognized decades later as one of the new Hollywood's boldest auteur statements. In a remote Latin American village, four desperate fugitives, a New Jersey gangster played by Roy Scheider, a Mexican assassin played by Francisco Raval, and unscrupulous Parisian businessman Bruno Creamer, and an Arab terrorist Amidal take on doomed mission transporting 2 trucks full of highly explosive nitroglycerin through the treacherous jungles. Man, this movie is insane. There is so much tension in this one, Pearl. Like, holy crap. Like, I'm watching this movie and I'm on edge. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, watch it. You will know what I'm talking about. There's a scene right here with this gigantic tree that plays out. Oh, man, dude. And there's a scene with a swinging bridge that I'm on edge right now thinking about it, Pearl. That movie is so good. It's The Sorcerer. Love it. So it's 1977. And William Friedkin, and this is 1,267 in the Criterion collection. Super excited to own that one. So excited. So next one up was another one we bought while Dr. Shock was here, and that was as well. But this was another one I got while Dr. Shock was here, and this is Sidney Lumet's The Wiz from 1978. The Wiz. Now, I'm a huge fan of The Wizard of Oz. Huge fan. I love The Wizard of Oz. One of my all-time favorite, probably top 5 films of all time, in my opinion.
Get on down the road.
I've heard the song. I've never seen this movie, The Wiz. And I said, Dave, should I get this movie? And he's like, absolutely, Greg. Absolutely get this movie. I'm sold. It's 1978, The Wiz. This one has Michael Jackson in it. Is it Diana Ross, maybe? I think Diana Ross is in this one. Don't know. I know I have seen imagery of this movie. I may have seen a scene or two of it, but I've never watched this movie to my knowledge in entirety anyway. So I don't know much about it.
Richard Pryor. A
Soulful Oz. So, all right, so Richard Pryor's in it. That's awesome. Let's see. Diana Ross is Dorothy. Michael Jackson is Scarecrow. Nipsey Russell is Tin Man. Ted Ross is the Lion. Evelyn is played by Mabel King. Aunt Am is Teresa Merritt. Miss One, Thelma Carpenter. Glenda the Good is Lena Horne. Wow. And the Wiz himself, Herman Smith, is played by Richard Pryor. Sold! I am sold! I cannot wait to check out this 1978 The Wiz. And like I said, is it a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz?
Dorothy's trying to save her dog from a storm, so that's where it escalates.
Okay. Okay, all right, so we're all for it then. Lots of great music I hear, so I cannot wait. I've heard Ease on Down the Road, so I've got that going for me. 1978, this is number 1,264 in the Criterion Collection. Super excited. All right, so here we go. Woo, the whiz. Here we go, love. I cannot wait. This is a Dustin Hoffman theme going on with me today. I don't know what in the world. Sidney Pollack's Tootsie. I remember seeing this movie, but I do not remember anything about it other than what Dustin Hoffman looks like. I seen this movie back in the 1980s. This is one of those early, when HBO first came out. I believe it was HBO. I'm almost positive. I seen it, and this was years ago. Like, I'm talking 30 plus years ago. So I do not remember anything other than Dustin Hoffman looking like this, like Tootsie. So I've wanted to see this movie. Finally pulled the trigger on it, Pearl. It's 1982, and it says in Tootsie, Michael Dorsey lands the role of a lifetime, as did the actor playing him, Dustin Hoffman. This multi-layered comedy from Sidney Pollack follows the elaborate deception of a down-on-his-luck New York actor who poses as a woman to get a soap opera gig. While Dorothy Michaels skyrockets to fame, Michael finds himself learning to be a better man. Given support by a stellar cast that includes, and this is what got me, Pearl started naming off the cast, and I said, all right, I'm getting it. Dabney Coleman, wow. Charles Durnan, one of my all-time favorite actors. Terry Garr, lover, gorgeous, rest in peace. George Gaines, Bill Murray, and I believe, Pearl, you were talking like this is one of Bill Murray's earliest films, right? May have been his first, I don't know. And in a breaking through role, Jessica Lange. Oh, yes, what a cast. Tootsie, I am super excited on this one. Gosh, I cannot wait to watch it. I'm super excited to see it. I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack. I know it's going to be awesome. Seeing Dustin Hoffman is going to be awesome. And this thing, like I said, this is becoming a Dustin Hoffman episode. So here is the inside of the artwork. And there's that also beautiful man right there, Dustin Hoffman. There you go. So yeah, so
I think Bill Murray was one of his early ones, but he was in Caddyshack first.
So Caddyshack was before this. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew Caddyshack was right around this time. So Tootsie, bam, this is number 738 in the Criterion Collection, and 1982. Super excited. Got lots of features as well, as always. So the Blu-ray of that, bam. All right, here is an ultimate classic that brought lots of guys into puberty and childhood lovingness. Directed by Amy Heckerling, and you know what I'm talking about. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This was 1982 as well, and you know what I'm talking about, puberty. Yes. What a cast. What a great movie. This is one of those fun movies that you can kind of relate to. I think of people of our age, and I'm an older person, but somebody that grew up in the 70s and 80s, you can kind of relate to a lot what happens in this movie. So I think that kind of fits in our generation. I think the younger generation may enjoy the film, and I hope you do. But I think the people of my age get this movie. We're like, yeah, from the dressing of the clothes, like Sean Penn's Surfer Boy character, to having the teacher from, what's his name, my favorite Martian. Anyways, but, having these characters in this movie, it just adds to the lore of it. And then Phoebe Cates looking oh so beautiful. It's such a good movie. Look at here. So the wild world of adolescence has rarely been captured with as sharp an observation eye as in this refreshingly smart, frank spin on the teen comedy by director Amy Heckerling and screenwriter Cameron Crowe, for each of whom kicked off a hugely successful film career based on Crowe's experiences going undercover as a student at a South California high school. Fast Times at Ridgemont High blends hormone-fueled hilarity with an almost sociological examination of the 1980s teenage experience, the shopping mall hangouts, fast food jobs, buzzkill teachers, awkward dates, and first stardom. Practically an entire cast of unknowns. You got Jennifer Jason Leigh, Phoebe Cates, Judge Reinhold, Forrest Whitaker, Anthony Edwards, Eric Stoltz, and Sean Penn as a stoner icon, Jeff Spicoli. You'll love Spicoli. I love this movie, man, and to own it finally. I love the artwork, Pearl, because this screams 80s. This, if you know anything about the 80s, especially mid-80s, this is what we wore. Yeah, we were wearing the hats multicolored, and we were wearing the parachute pants and the different things. All these colors, these bright pinks and magentas and all those colors was our lifestyle. That's what we were all about in the 80s. And this thing screamed just so much good. And Phoebe Cates, so beautiful. And such an amazing actress. Like, dude, this is so good. So good. If you've not seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, please get your hands on it. This is the Blu-ray edition. Once again, this is number 1075 of the Criterion Collection. Oh, gosh. Masterpiece. Next one up is for my wife and me, but mostly Pearl. But I do love this movie through her, and it's called The Princess Bride. This one, I believe, was 1987. So The Princess Bride, and you got on the back, As You Wish.
Yep.
This is the 4K, I'm going to call it the Digibook version, okay? So there's others, you can get the regular Blu-ray or whatever. We went with the more fancier 4K for Pearl because she loves this movie, and it looks like a book, so it's kind of fairy tale-ish, which is what the movie is.
Yeah.
It's a fairy tale. And the one thing I dislike about this set is the back of the Criterion. Like when you get these movies and you got the back of your Criterion, there's nowhere to put this. So you have to kind of stack it in the movie. Now I've already got a crease on it, so that kind of is a little irritating to me. But this is the 4K 1987 of The Princess Bride. There's your two discs.
Prince Humperdinck.
I know. I love the look of this, man. It's the purple, the different color, the lilac or whatever. Some essay books, almost like reading a book in here. I love this. I know Pearl is going to be super excited to watch this again. She's seen it how many times? Pearl, probably 1,000.
Yeah.
So this right here, let me tell you what you want to know. Okay, so this must be, love. I never even paid attention. This is the Criterion. So cash credits, let me sum up. So this is an essay. Okay, so this is definitely an essay book. Let Me Sum Up by Sloane Crosley. Okay, so there's some cool stuff in there. But anyways, regardless, an amazing film.
It's probably Peter Falk as the grandpa, where he's reading Fred Savage the book.
Yeah, because if you know the movie, you see that Fred Savage is sick home from school. Grandpa comes over and starts reading the book to him, and that's where the movie comes from. You got the late, great wrestling legend, Andre the Giant. So many good stuff in it. If you've not seen The Princess Bride, oh, what are you doing with your life? Please watch this movie. If you don't buy it, at least watch it. It's a masterpiece.
As you wish.
As you wish. And last up for the Criterion sale this week, and like I said, it's still a couple more weeks left. Who knows what I'll end up getting. But the last one up is this one. This is from Pearl as well, and this is from 1987. It's a really good film. Lou Diamond Phillips is Richie Valens, and it's I love this movie, man. The soundtrack alone is great. I love freaking Lou Diamond Phillips as Richie Valens. I thought he crushed the role. If you know anything, it's similar. It's somewhat of a true story, based on true story of Richie Valens, who tragically lost his life in the plane crash with a big bopper nose back in the day, way too young. It was such a tragedy. And this kind of follows the life of Richie Valens and where he got to start and what happened at the end. It's a sad movie, too. I think that ending, when the actual tragedy happens, I think they portrayed that so well. You see, or at least I did, I felt the anguish and the different things that you naturally would. There's Richie there and the brother. Such a good movie. Like I said, the score in this one's amazing. I love the artwork on this, by the way. It's really nice.
Which they are coming up with a remake.
Which I'm not too excited about.
I'm not either, but...
We'll see. But this is 1987, Blu-ray edition. Lots of features as well. This is number 1193 in the Criterion collection. This was number 940-something on the back of the Princess Bride. So La Bamba, if you don't own it, get it, man. Such a great musical score. So there is the Criterion pickup sale. There we go. We'll hold them all up right there. That was it. For me, this sale started July 1st and it's gone through till July 27th, I believe. So if you're near Barnes & Nobles, or you can go online on Barnes & Nobles, or you can go to Criterion's website, or you can go to Amazon, has most of these at least half off. So this is the time to pick up your Criterion movies. I'm pleading to you. If you want Criterions, now is the time to act. You got a week and a half if you're watching this It's July 13th as I'm recording. You've got until July 27th, 2025. You got just a week or so left to get in this sale. If not, prices jump back up and you're talking $40 for a Blu-ray. It's hard, but you can get these half off, man. It's the way to go. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We deeply appreciate it. And if you haven't listened to the Land of the Creeps podcast, I'd love if you'd check us out, landofthecreeps.blogspot.com. You can check out our podcast on all podcast platforms, and lots of, it's basically almost like a weekly show now, so we try to put out as much content as we can. We're in the 400s now, so we've been around a little while, and we would love for you to check us out over there. So with that said, we're going to get off here. We're going to try to check out some movies. And actually today...
You're killing me, Small.
You're killing me, Small. You're killing me. And actually today, we got a busy day because tonight is the WWE's Evolution pay-per-view. And Pearl is a big Rhea Ripley fan, so we're going to be watching that for that. Plus, I got baseball. I got all kinds of stuff. It's all kind. But I'm going to get into some movies, too. I'm getting into them. So with that said, we're getting out of here. It's over. It's done. We're getting out. This is over. Why are you still watching? The video's done. You don't have to be here no more. You can leave. No, wait till we say bye. I love you. We're going to see you on the flip side. Help keep horror alive. We'll see
See ya.
one movie at a time, one view at a time. Bye.